Hi, ArcfieldWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday morning, April 25th. It looks like an active weather pattern will continue across much of the nation for the next couple of weeks. Looks like one system will produce decent rainfall in the mid-Atlantic region, the northeast U.S. at the end of the work week, probably the Friday night time frame. And then another system, and it could be a major storm system, throws some more rain into the eastern part of the nation late Sunday night time frame. That storm could actually end up producing some snow, higher elevation locations of the interior northeastern U.S. Late in the weekend and the early part of next week. Yesterday, I put out a discussion and a video on the tropical outlook, and one of the factors that I pointed out to that I always monitor this time of the year, the soil moisture conditions. For example, in the mid-Atlantic region, it's been quite dry over the past couple of months. And the drier the soil, the better the chances for hot weather during the summer. The sun is just used up in almost entirely in the warming of the atmosphere rather than in the evaporation of soil moisture whenever the soil moisture is really low. But I do believe that the active weather pattern that we will have unfold over the next several weeks here will change that dry soil moisture in the mid-Atlantic region to back to normal, maybe even wetter than normal in another month or two. We've had a soaking rain event this past weekend in the I-95 corridor region, and it looks like plenty of rain is on the way both Friday and especially late Sunday night, Monday time frame. And beyond that, there are signs for more storminess. So the soil moisture should increase dramatically, I believe, in the eastern part of the nation over the next several weeks. Here, by the way, is where you can find the video discussion put out yesterday on the 2023 tropical outlook. Just go to arcfieldweather.com, look at the videos, click on that, and you'll see the listing of the videos, including yesterday's tropical outlook video. Well, let's talk about the next several days. In fact, we'll go ahead through the next 10 days here using the 0Z run of the Canadian model. We have a continuation of cold air outbreaks that will make their way from Canada into the U.S. Not only this week, but next week as well. As long as this continues, the active weather pattern will continue. The combination of increasingly warm and humid air down along the Gulf of Mexico with the increasing strength in the sunshine this time of the year, combined with cold, dry air pushing in from the north and west, will raise the chance for more severe weather, will raise the chance for some significant storminess, and in fact, it looks like a major storm system could impact much of the eastern U.S. late in the upcoming weekend into the early part of next week. Colder than normal conditions begin the day here on Tuesday throughout much of the eastern half of the nation, and we'll push forward here and see that this is not by any means the last of the cold air outbreaks. Here we go into the day on Thursday. Still colder than normal conditions hanging on over the Great Lakes and Mid-Atlantic, the Northeast U.S. 48 hours from now, and a colder than normal air mass over the southwestern states. Now, let's move forward. And this is when we get to kind of a topsy-turvy temperature pattern here by the end of the work week. And again, there'll be two different systems to monitor in terms of precipitation. Friday night could throw some decent rain all the way up into the mid-Atlantic region, and then a big storm system late Sunday night could produce, again, significant precipitation mid-Atlantic, northeast U.S. in that time frame. And here we go, another colder than normal air mass showing up by the latter part of the weekend on the heels of that potential big storm system in the east late in the weekend. And here we go into the early part of next week. Next Monday, significantly colder than normal air across a wide part of the nation, all the way through the eastern states here by a week from right now. This is next Tuesday. We'll go out a little farther in time, and indeed, really, still no end in sight for the cold air outbreaks, again, from Canada into the U.S. This is all the way out to the end of next week, 10 days out from last night's 0Z run of the Canadian model. A lot of colder than normal air still left to deal with across the nation. Well, let's now take a look at 500 millibar height anomalies, and we'll see what potentially develops here for the late weekend, early part of next week. Again, the potential exists for a major storm system Sunday night, Monday time frame. Let's move forward here. A lot of blues here over the eastern states with below normal heights. And here we go towards Thursday and then into Friday. Again, there'll be one system pushing up out of the Tennessee Valley into the Mid-Atlantic region, likely producing rain throughout much of the Mid-Atlantic region on Friday. But the real system to watch, to monitor, comes later in the week. And here we go all the way to Sunday morning. Now look at this combination of some deep upper level lows, and it's still several days away, so exactly not exactly clear how this all develops, how this all unfolds. But here we go. By the time we get to Monday morning, we could have a very vigorous upper level feature sitting over the eastern Great Lakes. Again, this could produce a significant rain event along the I-95 corridor region later Sunday night, maybe into Monday timeframe. Even the potential for some snow in those higher elevation areas of the interior northeast U.S. late Sunday night, Monday timeframe. Will go a little farther in time. And again, this is a very, very impressive look to the 500 millibar height anomaly pattern. A week from right now, this is next Tuesday, already into the month of May at this time. This is Tuesday, May 2nd. Unusually cold, unusually stormy in the mid-Atlantic to northeast U.S. late in the weekend, early part of next week. Well, let's wrap up with the surface forecast maps from last night's run of the Canadian model. Basically a dry day in the mid-Atlantic region today, starting off on the cool side. Again, temperatures, some of those suburbs way down in the 30s to start off today, below normal for this time of year. There will be a weak frontal system pushing into the mid-Atlantic region right here. Later tomorrow night, could throw a few showers, maybe even a thunderstorm into the mid-Atlantic, into that I-95 corridor region, also into the northeast U.S. A lot of moisture building over the south central states by late tomorrow. Now we'll move forward here, and here is the first system to monitor. It goes into the Ohio Valley by Friday morning, and very likely to produce some rain into the mid-Atlantic region by the time we get to late Friday. Maybe kind of a initial low going up to the Great Lakes, and a secondary system forming near the Mid-Atlantic coastline by the time we get to Friday night, early Saturday. That system, again, does produce some rain all the way up in the Mid-Atlantic, maybe parts of the northeast U.S. late Friday night time frame. And then we saw that upper level feature, a real intense upper level low setting up by the end of the weekend. And here we go at the surface. Could be a major storm system forming here. A 997 low at this particular time by midday on Sunday, very strong with that upper level support now intensifying overhead. It drops down to 989 low and 981 low with significant rain right over the I-95 corridor region late Sunday night time frame. This is the very beginning of the month of May. It certainly looks like it'll be an active beginning to the month of May on Monday morning, May 1st here, 6 days from right now. Strong storm, 981 millibar low. And don't be surprised if there's some snow in some of those higher elevation locations late Sunday night on Monday with this system. Those interior northeastern U.S. high elevation locations will go all the way out into a week from right now. Here we go into Tuesday morning, and some blues showing up here. Colder than normal air. This certainly will usher in another colder than normal air mass into the Great Lakes, northeast U.S., mid-Atlantic, early part of next week. So an active weather pattern continues right into the month of May. It looks like decent rainfall for the Great Lakes, mid-Atlantic, northeast U.S. on Friday night, and then maybe even a more substantial event coming late Sunday night into the day on Monday. And those cold air outbreaks will continue for the foreseeable future from Canada into the U.S. That's it for now. For ArcfieldWeather.com, this has been meteorologist Paul Dorian.